champion Kim Jones is here as well. And we welcome in Will Selva to give us the latest and greatest. Hey, Will, good morning.
Absolutely. What's going on there? Kay, Kim, welcome back to the show. Great having you. I didn't realize that I now had a healthy hate for the Heisman Memorial Trust, but I do now, given their reaction to you. So just know, in solidarity with you, Kim, as always. As always, in solidarity. All right, so with the news, we all knew that the 49ers were going to select a quarterback with the third overall pick, but we didn't know who they were going to go for. Now, Niners general manager John Lynch says that he was upfront with Jimmy Garoppolo about their plan to select a quarterback as well. Of course, now we know their plan was to get Trey Lance. As you probably remember, many mock drafts had them taking Mac Jones instead. But don't feel bad, you weren't the only one left in the dark. Lynch telling Colin Cowherd even most people within the organization had no idea which direction they were going with the pick.
It's fairly early on. Kyle and I had zeroed in on Trey, but I think if everybody in our building knew that, it'd be hard to get people's true opinions. We told our own owner the week of. We told the people in the draft room. I think when the second pick was on the board, that's who we were taking.
Wow.
Crazy story. Meanwhile, Steelers rookie running back Najee Harris had made it clear he doesn't consider himself a power back. In fact, he wants to be known as a dual threat running back, and it looks like he'll get his wish. Harris saying the team plans to line him up out wide and use him in the passing game in the slot as well as the X receiver. Harris also saying he'll be used, quote, everywhere, and it seems like the plan in Pittsburgh is to use him just like they used Le'Veon Bell when he was with the Steelers. So Najee Harris, we've had it on the program. Lots of confidence. Is going to be an integral part of this offense. And Kay, I know there is going to be massive fantasy implications with Harris in that backfield.
For sure.
100% in a PPR league. He might go super early, and so might the next two guys that we're talking about. They might, in fact, go 1 and 2 in your 2021 fantasy draft as we head to the NFC South and say thank you to Will Selva this morning. Let's talk about two guys, two star running backs in the division who have both carried a big burden, a big workload for both their teams respectively in seasons past. So let's look at the future when it comes to Christian McCaffrey or Alvin Kamara. I ask you, Peter, who will be a bigger burden on their team in 2021?
Who's going to carry the bigger burden? I think it's going to have to be Kamara because of the fact that this is the first year none of these guys have been without Drew Brees, and they're going to be looking around saying, who's the veteran leader? Who's going to lead us there? It might be Jameis, it might be Taysom Hill, or Alvin Kamara says, hey, I'm one of the best players in all of football. Just give me the rock. Let me help you out. I think the Saints are one of the most interesting teams going into this season, and this guy might be the most interesting player. Truly, and the most versatile running back. It's either him or McCaffrey. You can't go wrong. But as far as the burden and the workload, we saw how the Panthers could operate without McCaffrey last year. I can't imagine this offense without Kamara. Not this one without Brees on the field. So I'm going to say Alvin Kamara is going to have to be almost superhuman for this Saints team to keep up the offense as to what they were last year. Can't wait to see what he does because I think this guy's up for the challenge.
Yeah, Shregs, Kamara, I mean, he's special. And when you see what he did last year when Brees was out, I mean, they asked him to do all kinds of things. I'm going to go Christian McCaffrey on this one just because I feel like with a young Sam Darnold, they're going to lean on him, especially early on. Look, Joe Brady, when offensively, when you're trying to draw up plays for Sam Darnold and try to get him in his best position on second and third down, you're going to lean on your running back. And you mentioned Alvin Kamara coming out of the backfield. Christian McCaffrey 2 years ago had 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving. He had 116 catches. Only Michael Thomas had more catches than him. So I think absolutely they're going to ask him to do all the heavy lifting in between the tackles, outside, screens, whatever you want. And let's face it, he's got fresh legs. He missed a lot of time last year.
Sean, you and I are 100% on the same page. I would add on to that idea, not just McCaffrey with Sam Darnold, but Robbie Anderson, who had good chemistry with Sam when they were teammates with the Jets last year. Robbie Anderson improved his catch rate by, I think, about 15%. He was a really reliable target. There you see him doing one of the things he does best, go up and get a ball with that catch radius. There you see a nice dive for a completion. So I think that those two in particular can really help Sam Darnold as he, kind of gets used to a Joe Brady offense and gets used to a new team. He certainly should have two weapons in those guys that can be really helpful.
Yeah, it says bigger workload. The question I have was bigger burden. I feel like I'm just going to throw Christian McCaffrey in there because he just got paid and only stayed on the field for 3 games. So I'm sure some of that's weighing on him.